Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, Holness declares entire Jamaica a disaster area. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared the entire island a disaster area for the next 7 days as Jamaica braces for Hurricane Beryl. An island-wide curfew will be in effect between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Wednesday. Holness made the announcement in a national broadcast Tuesday. He also announced the imposition of an evaluation order for flood-prone and low-lying areas. Holness urged the residents to cooperate with notices for evacuation when they are issued. He also announced an allocation of $5 million for each of the 63 constituencies for emergency response. Exam and graduation times moved up due to Hurricane Beryl. Schools within the Ministry of Education's Region 4 zone in Western Jamaica are among Jamaica's various educational institutions which will have their planned examination and graduation schedules moved up in light of the impending threat of Hurricane Beryl to the island. Dr. Michelle Pinnock, the Regional Director of Region 4, which encompasses St. James, Hanover and Westmoreland, gave the news the update following a meeting with the MOE, which was held on Monday afternoon. Those schools that would have had exams scheduled, they made adjustments to their exam schedule so that they would end on July 3. And for those schools that would have had graduation for Tuesday, most of them have adjusted their time to start earlier, and they have adjusted their programs to ensure they run in an efficient way. They are wanting to start their programs earlier and complete them earlier as well, said Pinnock. Jamaica has been placed under a hurricane watch as of Monday with regard to Hurricane Beryl, which is currently listed as a Category 5 hurricane, the first one to form in the Atlantic for the 2024 hurricane season, which began on June 1. In a bulletin issued to MOE regional directors, school board chairmen, and principals, the MOE advised that due to the inclement weather, schools are to be closed for the summer period commencing July 3 instead of the previous scheduled July 5. Pinnock also told the news that with several schools being used as emergency shelters, efforts will have to be made to facilitate the smooth start of the upcoming summer school program beginning next Monday, July 8. For schools that are being used as shelters, the shelter managers and the principals are in dialogue as it relates to using designated areas on the school plans. We are hoping that they will be able to do cleanup because the summer school actually starts on Monday, July 8th. So we are going to see, based on what happens, if we would be able to clean up and be ready for summer school on July 8th. But failing that, we will actually have a number of sessions online, said Pinnock. Of the 889 designated shelters across Jamaica, 148 schools are listed as shelters within the MOE's Region 4 division. These include 61 in Westmoreland, 45 in St. James, and 42 in Hanover. 78-year-old St. Andrew woman's murder rattles a family. St. Andrew senior citizen Barbara Archer was looking forward to today's visit from her only daughter and gifting her pineapple, which she specially picked for her. But the reunion was dashed by Archer's gruesome murder. The partially nude body of the 78-year-old woman was found with her throat slashed, lying in a pool of blood in her house on Monday morning in the quiet rural community of King Wesson in Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew. Francine Weatherburn, whose face was a picture of pain and anguish as she spoke with the news, said she last saw her aunt on Saturday when she stopped by her shop in the community and collected bread, 6 eggs, some crackers, and a ginger biscuit. Me never in all my dream imagined this. For know say somebody who raised me from primary school, Weatherburn said of the woman affectionately called Miss Bobs. According to her, Archer, who lived alone and could still care for herself and others, was upbeat about a visit from her daughter, Sharon, who lives in Kingston. She was so excited, says she even have a pine. She just broke the pine. She tell everybody that she find the pine and put it down for Sharon because she bring food for her. She tell her to bring food and not forget the pig's tail. Wedderburn shared. The distraught woman told the news that she was at her job on Monday morning when she received the news that her aunt was found unresponsive. Before rushing out to check on her aunt, Wedderburn said she stopped at the police station to make a report. While there, she was informed about her aunt's death and believed that she had died from a natural cause. However, she said that it was after the police had finished processing the scene and the Archer's body was removed that she was informed of the state in which she was found. Me cry, you know, because she is 78 and she have high blood pressure. You see, when the police tell me say them cut her throat and see her in a panty, God man, me can't see it, she shared. When I go back to the house later and see the blood, me not even lock back the door. Me just don't want that remembrance. If the house could have just take up and move, she added. The way it hurting me, I wish when the hurricane comes it blow away. Wedderburn said that when she went inside the one-bedroom structure, all the food items that her aunt had brought home, except for the ginger biscuit, were untouched. Additionally, she said her aunt's clothes for the church were already also taken out, and her bras and the broken straps were seen discarded on the floor along with a belt. Archer's niece said she suspects that her aunt may have been raped, but the police have not confirmed that and would not be able to do so without a post-mortem. Meanwhile, she said it was her aunt's best friend, Miss Loveline, who, after noticing that she had failed to turn up at the church and had not answered any of her 3 calls on Sunday, sent a friend to check on Archer and was greeted with the terrible news. Miss Bob's not talk for say she and somebody would have something, just from church to shop. She would have got the shop if she feel too bored and sit down and talk with other old people where she pass, or she has another old friend across the road, Wedderburn said. Wedderburn said her aunt's murder has left the entire community in shock, sorrow and fear, and she is hoping that her killer will be brought to justice. Meanwhile, a resident in a neighboring community who described the Archer's death as a very wicked act said that some persons are of the view that the woman's death may be connected to a murder that was committed in the community on Sunday near a spot the elderly woman is always sitting. The resident said the killer may have felt that she had seen something. 32 JN ATMs out of service. JN Bank is reporting that 32 of its ATMs across the country are currently out of commission due to service disruption by one of its data suppliers. The financial institution says the supplier discontinued the service out of an abundance of caution due to the impending arrival of Hurricane Beryl. Some of the affected ATMs include the machines located at Augustown, Legany and Vineyard Town in St. Andrew, Greater Portmore, Portmore Pines and Old Harbor in St. Catherine, Buff Bay and Port Antonio in Portland, Oracabessa St. Mary, and Clarendon Park and Mapen Clarendon. JN says its team is monitoring the situation closely and is in communication with the data provider to restore service as soon as possible after the passage of the hurricane. Most fishers heed a warning to leave Pedro Keys. The majority of fishers have heeded calls to evacuate the Pedro Keys as Hurricane Beryl threatens to deliver life-threatening storm surge and flooding. Shernet, who is among those who left the Pedro Keys on Tuesday morning, said the conditions at the sea influenced her decision to return to the mainland.
Well, last night was rough, you know, but from through, this time look like it come near and near, right calm. You can't walk on the sea right now.
So normally when the storm come in, the sea calm?
Calm, every time storm come, she shine. So but you have a couple people left back over there, so then now come. And majority come. Some gone to St. Elizabeth, some come a Rocky Point. It's good for you left half a Pedro Keys because they say touchable on the south side. You know, so I not move, you know, I can't move from so much when I left Pedro Keys already, I not left no more way. So, I left Pedro Keys. I left Pedro Keys already. When I never want to live. I left Pedro Keys when I never want to live. I not move go no more further. If you want to come, I go up on the house stop.
60-year-old auto electrician charged for stealing Toyota Probox from parking lot remanded. A 60-year-old auto electrician accused of stealing a Toyota Probox motor car from the parking lot of the Registrar General's Department in St. Catherine was remanded in the parish court on Tuesday. Charged with a simple larceny is Kingsley Maiton of a Kingston 19 address. The court heard that on June 22, the complainant parked the vehicle with $21,000 and other valuables and went to conduct business. Upon his return, it was discovered that the vehicle was stolen. A report was made and the police launched an investigation. The stolen vehicle was found partially scrapped in Doheny Park, St. Andrew. Maiton was subsequently arrested and charged. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.